Hello, minasan, Hikiyami Moriko this, and welcome to the Moriko Media Awards 2025. That's right, for second year we can enjoy these awards that are the best awards ever. How are you guys doing today? Hello, Alts, thank you for coming to the stream. Hello, Reset Munimi, thank you for coming to the streams. To the stream. Obviously the biggest award show of the year. Don't need to say that. I was not sure I was going to be doing this the next year after the previous one, but it's a fun idea to recap the year, with all the recaps going on right now, PlayStation recap, Spotify recap, YouTube recap, I don't know. So it's kind of fun doing, this is kind of like, a media award, but also a recap of what I did over the year. Just a reminder, this is not awards for things that necessarily came out this year. It's things I experienced, watched, played this year. There are some recent things. There are some old stuff that I just watched or played this year. So it might be a little bit of bias, right? We have like some preppy music, which I'm gonna lower a little bit. And so let's continue a little bit with this. Obviously, I am your host. There's no one else to host. Last year, I think Imota wasn't here, but not this year, right? So, as your host, I'm gonna be right in the middle, so I can be hosting this properly. And we have like two parts of the awards section, right? First off, we have the first list of the categories. That it's mostly media stuff and not game stuff. The game stuff comes on the second part. It's anime of the year, manga of the year, movie of the year, song of the year, which I wasn't really sure I wanted to do again. Meme of the year, which is a new category I do believe. Moriko waifu of the year, it's a very important category. Gacha of the year, and of course VTuber of the year. I wonder who's gonna win that, but we'll see about that, right? So this, I remember I promised last year that I would watch and play more stuff this year and watch more movies and more anime, but I didn't because life sucks and you don't always get the time or the motivation to do what you want to do, right? But here's the next year when I will try to watch more stuff to do a more comprehensive award ceremony, right? So just to begin, let's go with the anime of the year. Again, these are animes not necessarily came out this year. I do believe all of these came out this year, but it's things I watch, right? Which would be Kusuriya no Hitorigoto, which is the Apothecary Diaries, Sono Bisto wa Koi Wasuru, which is Dress Up Darling, the Bleach final season anime, I think it's like season 3 of the final part, and the Ranma remake, right? I think they released a new season this year. Might have been last year, but I didn't watch it until this year. But it keeps going. I do believe all the other ones are from this year. Again, I didn't watch as much anime as I wanted to this year, but I do remember the most recent one I watched was Kusuriya no Hitorigoto, which it's good, but it's not. It's I'm just gonna say it's for girls, right? It's for women. I think it's aimed at that thing, and I did enjoy it. It has a nice main character. It's very interesting. But like all the other like romance stuff and drama, I didn't quite pick up on that. Again, it's not bad. I just think this is a personal preference, but it's actually a quite good thing. I'm also not that into Chinese stuff, right? So then we have Dress Up Darling, which again I enjoyed the first season. I enjoyed the second season. It's good. Bleach, the same thing. I think it's even if you don't like the story or what's happening, I think just at the cinematography level, it's on parallel. I think every anime should strive to be Bleach final season from now on, because all the other ones are trash compared to that. It looks like, on the visual aspect at the very least, it's just too good. I think I have seen anime movies that don't look as good as the Bleach anime looks. And then we have the Ranma remake, which even though it's funny and I do like Ranma, I don't think it holds the charm of the original anime. I grew up with that, so it's kind of hard to compare to that, right? So anyway, the winner of this category is... That's the classic sound of victory. So I'm gonna give this award to my Dress Up Darling, which I don't like calling it Dress Up Darling. It sounds kind of ridiculous. I like calling it Son of Pistol Wakoi Wasuru, even if I pronounce it wrong. So why am I giving this one the award, even though I like Bleach and Kusuriya no Hitorikoto fairly the same? I think it's because, weirdly enough, I don't think this anime has a bad episode. Like this season, okay, not all of them all bangers, but I enjoy every single episode of this season, and I was looking forward to watching the next one. And I think that's kind of weird, not only in anime but in anything, just being able to nail consistency. I know it's a rom-com, so it's not too hard, right? Bleach needs to have amazing fights and lore everywhere, and this one just needs to be cute and funny, right? But it manages to do it, right? I have seen many rom-coms that suck ass and maybe have one good episode. This one had like 12 straight, 13? I don't know how many episodes they were. Straight up good episodes. And I were like, yeah, it has fan service, sure, but it has a lot of other good stuff. I think if you like cosplaying or just arts in general, you can watch this and really have a good time. It has a bunch of relatable characters. The main character is cute. The MC, the male MC, it's actually not retarded, which is very welcome in this kind of thing, right? So this one, once I recommend watching this one. And if you like the topics of Kusuriya no Hitorikoto, also that one, it's pretty solid. I think Bleach is not for everyone, even though it looks amazing. And if you like animation, you should definitely watch that. And Ranma, I think it's the most disappointing of them all, but then again, I didn't watch much animes, and that one was like the most disappointing one. Especially season 1 was good, season 2 not as good. Yay. So the next one would be manga of the year, and I think this is almost the same as last year because I haven't picked any new manga. We have Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, which keeps on going. We have Dead Rock, which keeps on going. Both of them by Hiro Mashima, my favorite mangaka. Then we have a different one that is Osore Reiwa Keidan, which is the spooky one on the top. And then we have Now That We Draw, that it's on the bottom with the titties. Yeah, those ones. And the thing is, even though I like Hiro Mashima a lot, I think we should not let the man cook. Like, let the man rest. He's been doing like 2 or 3 mangas for the past God knows how many years. And I finally feel like, even though I love Fairy Tail and I don't love Dead Rock that much, but I like the idea of Dead Rock. Honestly, Fairy Tail is falling out of grace. Like it's been going for too long, you know? And when things go for too long, they don't even make sense anymore. And yeah, a lot of cool stuff still happening. Still a bunch of character development for all the characters, which is, again, really impressive. But I think we should end Fairy Tail right now. Like, just end it. Everyone gets a happy ending, hopefully. And just don't make Fairy Tail 3, please. No, not anymore. And Death Rock was really disappointing because I was like, oh yeah, a new manga from my favorite author. It's ass. Like, nothing makes sense, which is not unusual, but it doesn't make sense in a bad way, right? And Now That We Draw, I like the fan service. What do you want from me? I'm just a man. I like fan service, but it also has really like nice storytelling. It's kind of sad sometimes. It's kind of motivational sometimes. And yeah, I'm gonna be the first one to say it. It's not the most original story, you know, like super cute big titty girl meets like this wimpy guy with no self-esteem. And they work together and they fall in love, and the guy is super wimpy and pathetic, but also does some brave things sometimes. And the girl has feelings and big titties. It has been done to death. To this point, it's been done to death. There's multiple mangas and animes which cover the same topic, and they feel like almost the same. You could say like Komi-san, you could say anything, right? But I did like this one because the drawings are cute, and it's actually it's a manga about drawing manga, so that meta thing always gets me. And the Osore Rei one, which is like Reiwa Horror Stories, I think it's a translation. It's a horror anthology manga, which I love, right? Because every chapter, instead of reading the same story, every chapter you get a different story, and they are like sort of interconnected. And last year I was reading a different one that was 100 Ghost Stories of My Own Death, which was excellent. I think every one of the 100 Ghost Stories was great, and the overarching plot was also really good. This one doesn't have that, and I'm just reading it because It's the only other one I found. I don't think it's excellent. I don't think it's bad. The spooky pictures sometimes get really spooky, as you can see on the cover. So anyway, the winner is Now That We Draw. I know this is winning mostly because all the other ones suck. It's not by its own merit mostly. It's because all the other ones kind of suck right now. And this one's getting an anime, so I wanted to highlight it. I've been reading this for like years now. And I'm kind of glad it's getting an anime, but then again, since the story is too generic, I don't think the anime is going to be great. So I recommend just reading the manga. As you can see, the drawings are really good. And as you can see, the guy, it's as generic as it can be, you know, like the wimpy chota guy. It's, like, it's really pathetic and doesn't have any self-esteem, but wanna do things. And you know how it goes, hopefully. Now for movies. Clap, 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 clap. For movies, we have, again, movies I watched this year, not necessarily movies that came out this year. Although I believe all of this came out this year. I do believe all of this came, maybe not. The first one, it's Until Dawn, which is based on the video game Until Dawn, which I don't like the game Until Dawn, but I wanted to watch the movie, right? I thought it was a series, but it ended up being a movie. Then we have The Long Wall, then we have Superman by James Gunn, and then we have Sinners at the end. So funny enough, again, I didn't watch as many movies, excluding Halloween movies, that it's mostly rewatch. And Christmas movies, which I'm watching right now, which then again, I'm not gonna nominate a Hallmark movie for an award. They are fun, they are mostly all the same. I just like watching them during Christmas season. It makes me happy, but no. So, Until Dawn, I wasn't expecting anything because every movie or show based on video games often suck. But I feel like since I don't know the story of Until, I know the story of Until Dawn, I just never play it. And I'm not in love with the video game. I was able to enjoy the movie more because I didn't care about the inconsistencies with the story. And it's a great movie? No. It is fun to watch it, and it has some really gruesome deaths? Yes. And I think just for the deaths in the movie, which are really, really gruesome, and there's a bunch of them because they're kind of stuck in a loop, dying nonstop, and I love that kind of thing. I love when people die in a loop from a bunch of different ways. I think just for that, it's worth having a spot in this, a nomination in these awards, right? Then The Long Walk, I watched it, and again, I didn't watch a lot of movies, but I watched this one, and I wanted to put it here because it's one of the most boring movies. And yeah, people are gonna be like, oh, Moriko, it's boring because you didn't understand the over. I understand it, okay? I'm a smart fellow. The fact that I understand it, look, I like the stuff from Stephen King mostly. But this is, I don't know if it was the adaptation because it's not good. It's just a bunch of guys walking and eventually all of them die. And yeah, there's like trauma and then you experience previous things that happen. And there's like this guy and there's this like moral implications and everything. Yeah, it's good on paper. I like this one on paper and I was excited to see it. And when I watched it, it was a huge letdown. It's really slow, which I know it's the point of the movie, but it's really slow and it was not enjoyable, at least for me. So I would skip this one if I was you. Then we have James Gunn's Superman, which again, I don't like James Gunn. I don't fancy the guy. I could even say I hate him. I don't even know him, but I don't like what he does. I didn't like the other things he did, but somehow the Superman movie was good. Like, that's the only movie I watched on theaters this year. That's the only time I actually went outside of my house to the movies to get a ticket because I wanted to watch. I'm a big DC fan. I wanted to watch Superman. I wanted to watch Crypto, which I love. What I love about this movie, it's as much a Crypto movie as it is a Superman movie, right? Crypto is the dog, for those who doesn't know, and I love dogs. That actually kind of looks like one of my dogs. So I was immediately in love with that. But the other thing about the movie is we're living in dark times. It's just everything outside, like the news, everything is so depressing. The world is becoming a worse place. And this movie, it's about hope. And I do believe that we need things that talk about hope and how things can get better and how can we be better to make everyone else better. And that's the point of Superman, right? If you do a Superman movie about that, you are nailing the point of the superhero. And honestly, it made me happy, which is kind of weird to say. Like the movie made me happy. It's a little bit cheesy, a little bit like people would say liberal, right, quote unquote, which I'm not too in love with that part of the thing, but it kind of make it doesn't overstay its welcome in that aspect, so it's good, and I recommend watching it if you have the time. Like you're gonna have, if you don't think too hard about the things that are happening in the movie, you actually get to have a good time, and it actually makes you feel good at the end. So just for the good feel good factor, I think it's worth a watch. And the last one is Sinners, which is a special case because I wasn't expecting anything from that movie because I didn't know anything about the movie. Just it released on one of the streaming services I have, and I was like, oh yeah, let's just watch this, whatever. And I put it because it was I was like a horror movie, right? I thought it was like, oh, it's a horror movie, and it turns out it's one of the best movies that I have ever seen. Like no joke, I think Sinners it's great. And people will go about the topics like, oh, it's a black movie about the struggles of black people. Yeah, okay, sure. I don't really care about that when I'm watching a movie. I don't care for the moral compass of a movie, and I don't care for all the societal issues it touches. I mean, it's good if that's the point of movies, right? But that doesn't make the movie good. But this movie touches those topics, and it's a really good movie on its own, even if you ignore all of that for whatever reason you want to ignore it. It's like really good. Like it has some ridiculous moments which get like, the director's wet dream of being super artistic and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this scene and it's gonna be a super long scene of people doing weird shit. I'm not gonna spoil you anything. And it's gonna be so artistic with music and it's gonna be amazing. And you can see like that's the director of the movie just jerking himself off on screen, not literally. Okay, that was a weird way of saying things. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like doing what he wants to do with his movie, which is often a cool thing to do. But like if you ignore those weird bits, it's a really enjoyable movie. Anyway, let's move on. And okay, like even though I play Sinners a lot, I think Superman deserves to win because it has a dog in the movie and it's a great dog, and for once they make a good live action superhero movie. I think that for some reason, I don't know who's working with James Gunn in this, but they struck the balance between like left and right, like left leaning, right leaning, I don't know, liberal and conservative, like making a fun movie but actually putting the topics you want to touch for whatever reason in there. It's a good balance, right? Like I know you're trying to bring topics of like hope and being a good person and everything, which is important, but you are not telling me to my face that I'm a horrible person and that I shouldn't be X or Y. And I think that's great. Like a movie that's trying to teach you something, but it's not being condescending, like too condescending about it. It's a little bit condescending, but not too condescending about it. And it has a really cute dog on screen. It's amazing, and I think it deserves to win. And yeah, the yeah sound, it's amazing. I actually recorded that for like 4 years ago or 3 years ago for a subathon I did once that didn't get me a single subscriber, and I just decided to keep using the sound. Then we have Song of the Year, which I wasn't sure I wanted to make Song of the Year again, because I mentioned before I don't listen to a lot of music, much less voice acted music. But I think it's important to cover all kinds of media, right? Maybe it motivates me to listen to more music next year. The thing with music is I usually don't listen to standalone music. I need music to be related to something like a video game or like a movie or whatever, like an anime. Like I usually don't get emotion for music that it's not related to something because my brain cannot wire the thing and it just disappears, right? So the first one we have, forgot the name of that song. It's Ichisu Samurai, right? From the Yakuza Ishin game. You guys remember me playing that? It's a really good song about women that do things when you pay them money. But it's actually a fun song, and I think it's a. I don't think it's a song you could listen with other people around, but it's a good song nonetheless. Then we have Over the Horizon from the Nikke, which, to be honest, most of the music I listened to this year comes from Nikke. And I was about to put like 4 Nikke songs in here, but I was like, no, 1 song per game or per media. But I think this one's like actually the only Nikke song that you can listen to without knowing that it's from Nikke, and you would like it because it's a good standalone song. So if Astronaut Airlines, Over the Horizon, you can go listen to it. It's a really good song. And then we have, even though I have never watched or read Chainsaw Man, I found the song that's called Jane Doe from Hikaru Tada and Kenshi Yanesu to be really charming. I have a weak spot for music that it's a man and a woman singing together, right? Like a duet of men and a woman. I don't know why, but I just really, I guess it's like the combination of male and female, right? It's very intimate. I kind of like that. And this one, even though I don't know anything about Chainsaw Man, I don't like Chainsaw Man. I haven't watched the movie. I want to watch the movie because I want to see where the song appears in the movie. I think it's the ending. It says ending number right here. Yeah, it's the ending. So it's a really good song. I really recommend you listen to that. And then we have, I put the Crisis Core Final Fantasy game for the ending song Why by Ayaka. You know, that's a really good song because you listen to it while the game is ending. You guys remember like Zack dying and just walking and all the memories coming back and listening. It's a really sad ending. You guys should remember if you watch the stream. If not, go and watch all the streams from Crisis Core. So anyway, the winner of this is the Jane Doe song. I love that the song is called Jane Doe because that's the name they use for female bodies that they cannot identify. Hello, Tommy. Thank you for coming to the stream. How are you doing? And even though I like the Astronaut Airlines a lot, I think it's just like a catchy Nikke song, right? This one, it's actually like a really well done song that just happens to be for the Chainsaw movie, which I don't care. But I like Hikaru Tada. I like Kenshi Yanesu. The combination, amazing. And then we have a really good one. Meme of the year. And I kind of struggle to find good memes this year because the thing with memes is they go so fast nowadays. Like, we have a new meme every week, right? And then I kind of just forget about every meme because I really don't care. So for the meme of the year, we have the Silksong compilation of memes. This covers the entirety of the Silksong, not just the Hornet with shoes. But like all the memes, the clowning meme, everything, you know, the Hikari, Garama, Sho, that kind of everything that is Silksong meme. Then we have the Doros that I feel like Nikke really leaned into the Doros this year, and they kind of abused the meme. And to my liking, I think it kind of kills the meme. And we have Doros everywhere. We have official Doro music videos and official giant floating doors in the sky, which is cool to see. But I feel like memes should be for the community, like from the community. And when the companies start like recognizing the memes too much, it kind of kills them to me. And then we have the Mimukawa Nice Try, which it's a really early one from this year. I do believe it was this year. I don't know. But I remember I became really obsessed with the song. Number one, because for some reason I like the song. I'm not a big fan of Vocaloid songs. I'm not a big fan of like this TikTokified music that you can repeat non-stop. But for some reason I really like this song and I really like the Miku. It's very attractive to me. And then I'm not gonna even mention the last one. I'm just putting it there because it has been the most annoying stuff that we had this year, but I'm not even gonna recognize it. It's there, but I'm not gonna say it. And I hate it, everyone hates it, but it was a big part of this year. I would say it's still really hot right now, but it's like dying down. I hope it dies for next year. And obviously, look, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Hollow Knight. I played the first one, I never finished it. I just got bored. Not because it was too hard, it's not to my liking. You guys have seen me play roguelites and Metroidvanias and stuff. I like Metroidvanias, but like I get bored when they are like roguelites and you have to died 20 billion times to the same thing. When it's not that endearing to me, right? So I never finished the first one, but I know people were really waiting for Silsong, and like all the memes that came out, the amount of times in like 2 weeks that I heard like the show Garama Hekare. I don't even know what it says. I don't know if it's real words or not, but it's just like they even edited the "I Can't Stop the Loneliness" song to these like voice lines, and it was glorious. Like I'm not even in the fandom, and it was ridiculously funny. So I think for waiting many years for this, I think Silsong deserves to be meme of the year. Now, next one, we have some interesting one. Maybe not as interesting if you know me, because you kind of know who's gonna win anyway, right? So, for waifu of the year, we have, of course, Nier from Grand Blue Fantasy. We have, which the chat doesn't allow you to see really well, so... We have Ryo from Blue Archive, right there. And then we have Still in Love from Uma Musume from this side. And then we have Liberaglio from Nikke on this side. Look, you're welcome to try to see what all these girls have in common. Like, if you find the one thing they have in common, you win nothing, but you will be really smart. Well, not that smart, okay, but... So, the thing with... Yeah, Junify and Trony don't even get a nomination. That's obscene. Trony came out last year, so I couldn't put her again. The only one that gets to be put every year, it's Nier. But I couldn't put... Trony was released last year, and they didn't release any new Trony unit this year with the shape, so she cannot be. And I think about Junify, but I don't think the game allowed me to spend that much time with Junify. That's the fault of the game, and sadly Junify has to pay for it. But I was really thinking of putting Junify instead of Ryo from Blue Archive. So anyway, I don't think this is a surprise to anyone, but even though I really like Liberaglio and Ryo from Blue Archive, this might be, curious enough, obviously the winner is Nier, right? But I think this is gonna be probably the last year I'm gonna put Nier in the waifu of the year. And that's because, look, Grand Blue Fantasy, it's dying. I'm gonna be clear, Grand Blue Fantasy is dying. It's like, it's in shambles, I think. And they just keep releasing trash, and like nobody really... Like, we are just slaves to the game, but I don't think anyone is having fun anymore. And if Grand Blue Fantasy dies... By the way, they just put Grand Blue Fantasy Relink for free on the PlayStation subscription, on the PlayStation Plus subscription. So maybe that's gonna bring more players to play Relink. Maybe I can actually play Relink and find some online people to play for once. But Grand Blue Fantasy is mostly dead. Cygames is just focusing on Uma Musume and other stuff. And look, it's the last time I'm probably gonna put Nier in here. I don't want to pick another waifu next year, but I will have to. So let's give her the award twice in a row, so she can be remembered forever. Although I don't know, maybe they release a new Nier unit next year, and I can be happy. Remember, for next year, everything after today counts. So if tomorrow they release a new Nier unit, it's gonna count towards next year. So for this one, we have Gacha of the Year, which is a very interesting award, because I've been mentioning this many times during this year, and especially the last few months, but I'm not enjoying gacha games that much anymore, and I'm actually thinking about quitting them like cold turkey at the beginning, like January 1, no more gacha games for me. But for now, let's give the award. The first one is Girls Frontline 2, that even though I haven't played a single second of that game, I have watched the animations they do, and it gets really gooner. It's really good, but it's just like super gooning, and I'm like not into that much, right? Then we have Grand Blue Fantasy, which it's like a staple at this point of my life. Every day I open it for an hour or something, and I play a little bit. I don't think I'm even having fun anymore. I just do it out of habit, right? The new characters they released, like they looked like trash, they played like trash. The new content they released, it's really boring because it's like, oh, you have these three specific things in a row, or you just get insta kill, and that's boring as fuck. So can you believe they released 2 male units for Christmas? Not even one female. Like, what's, you know, your player base? I know a lot of women play Granblue Fantasy. I personally know a couple of them that and the data they release about women playing, it's like, it's been from 40 to 60% of women actually playing Granblue Fantasy. But come on, the core demographic and the thing that keeps the game alive is men. So you owe us Christmas waifus. So they better release more Christmas waifus before Christmas. And the other one is Nike, which I would say has been the most solid gacha I've been playing. But between last year and this year, I think Nike took a dive on quality. Like, I don't know what happened. It's probably because they want to appeal to the Chinese and the Arabic audience for some fucking reason. I hate them so much. I hate Chinese, and they ruin every kind of game they are, like, related to. Like, oh, the Chinese want this specific thing. The other guys don't want to see naked ladies. Like, why in the fucking god Saudi people would want naked? Like, if they cannot even, they're not allowed to see titties. Just leave the fucking game be. I hate people that have money and ruin everything. Anyway, Nike has taken a dive on quality. I don't think, like, if this keeps going, I don't think I'm gonna keep playing Nike or even glazing Nike next year. Like, the events are good, the story, it's decent, but every time they try to release something new, it doesn't quite hit. It's like, oh, we just want you to spend more time doing this. I don't want to spend more time doing, like, I don't want to spend 3 hours playing the game. I want to spend 1 hour playing the game, and that hour is worth it, right? And then we have Blue Archive, which I think it's the first one I'm gonna stop playing because it has good characters, and that's about it. I think maybe I'm not the audience for the game. Yeah, the cute and funny. Yeah, I like the lollies. Shut up. But the stories are really boring, really generic. The music, it's incredible. The art, it's good. But I just cannot force myself to like Blue Archive for whatever reason. Anyway. The winner is Nike, and again, I don't think it's because of merit. I think it's... The 3rd anniversary was actually kind of ass, because the big moment, like, it was incredible build up, and then the big moment of the 3rd anniversary just fell flat. And then they did an incredible reveal at the end, which kind of compensates for it. But I don't think it's as good as the 2nd or 1st one. The minigame they did was absolute ass. And actually, the minigames they have been releasing have been ass. And it's kind of sad because they released one of the best minigames last year. So it's winning because of merit that all the other guys are worse. And it's just barely fun to play. So this is the VTuber of the Year award. And then we have female Moriko. We have last year's Moriko, which actually it was Moriko until like October of this year. Then we have me, and then we have Imoto that was briefly a VTuber during June of this year. So again, I think this is a funny award, but let's just get over with it. And you know, I think while Imoto was a VTuber during June, I got most of the subscribers and most of the views I have in a long time. So obviously Imoto, it's better VTuber than me. So I'm gonna give her the award. The award is for Moriko Imoto. We'll see how Moriko does next year. We'll see. Don't worry about it. It will come a time. So we come into the actual game awards, which is we have the special video of the year, biggest flop of the year, RPG Maker Girl of the year, stream of the year, fun art of the year, Hikidachi of the year, which is the most expected award of this entire thing, game I played of the year, and indie game of the year, and developer of the year that I think I forgot to write in here. Let's go. And again, before I go into this, again, I think I should or stop playing gachas or play new gachas, because If I'm gonna do Gacha of the Year next year, I don't think it's gonna be these games because none of these games are fun anymore. Anyway, let's move on. This is stream a special video of the year, right? Which is a video that it's not my usual playthroughs. So we have the 1st anniversary stream, like 5 years of VTubing. That's a big deal. Then we have the watch along for Corpse Party, which is I think it's the only watch along I did this year, but it was really fun to watch the entirety of an anime in one go. And then we have the top 10 grotesque stories, which again I would like to do more top 10s, but it's kind of complicated. And then we have the top 10 LGBT games I played. It was really hard to choose this one because obviously I think 5 years of VTubing is really important. But I also like doing top 10s. So the winner of this category is the top 10 grotesque reciters. At the end of the day, I wanted to do this one, or the LGBT tops, but this one got a lot of views. So just based on the views, I do believe this is the... I'm gonna drink something. Give me a second. There we go. So I think just based on the views, this one is a slightly better one. Then we have a very interesting one that a very interesting award that I want to do every year from now on, and it's biggest flop of the year, an award for the worst thing I did or played or happened this year. And the nominees are Alan Wake 2, also known as Alan It Woke. We have Soul Hackers 2, me because I failed to reach 1,000 subscribers again, or Digimon Survive. So this was also really hard because, man, these games were so bad. Like Alan Wake, I think it has been the biggest disappointment. But it's because I had the highest expectations for it, right? I love Alan Wake 1, and I went into Alan Wake 2 expecting that or better, and it was absolute garbage. And we have Soul Hackers 2, which again, I didn't have any expectations for the Soul Hackers franchise, but it was still a disappointment as a Shin Megami Tensei game. But it has Ringo, and it has Fig, and it has Mimi, so there's some redeeming qualities on that. Then we have me, which for the 5th year in a row failed to get 1,000 subscribers. My view time actually went down this year. I think it's because Monimi is not watching the streams anymore. But so I have half the watch time because only 2 people watched my streams last year and only 1 person was watching my streams this year. So I lost watch time. I didn't win any subscribers. I did objectively worse. I didn't make any money again except for the membership things that I'm not allowed to take until I reach a certain amount, so it's no money. And then we have Digimon Survive, which I had a lot of hopes because it was a tactical RPG, it was a Digimon game, it had waifus, but it didn't deliver in any of those things. So the winner or loser of this category is Alan Wake, because yeah, I suck. I didn't deliver anything this year. I've been failing at life for 5 years, yeah, but I didn't cost $1 bazillion to be made. I myself, as a VTuber, I cost like $200. I think in all the equipment that I got to be a VTuber and everything, I'm like $200, and this game costs like $1 billion to make. I don't know, it costs a lot of money to make probably, because there's like live action people and a bunch of graphics and everything. So yeah, we both suck ass, but I was cheaper to produce, so that's my excuse. I don't have money, that's my excuse. And yeah, the game was very ass. Next, we have a game that an award that I'm really excited to do every year from now on, and I don't think I blame myself for not thinking about this last year, which is RPG Maker Girl of the Year. Which the RPG Maker Girl, it's a very interesting specimen, right? It's akin to the final girl in horror movies. So what is an RPG Maker Girl? It's the protagonist. It has to be the protagonist, the character you control. in the game. It has to be of a horror game, and it's obviously RPG Maker, an RPG Maker game, right? So I got these choices because of the games I played this year, and it's not much about the games, it's about the specific girl. So if I remember correctly, and I don't have to remember correctly because I have the names here, that's Auriela from Idolatry, which is just a demo version, but I really like the character. Again, it has to be the main character. There's other female character from that game that I like more, but it's not the main character. And why does it have to be the main character? Because it's the one that things happen to, right? The one that gets traumatized and you're like conduit into the game. Then we have Lindsay from Robotically Shaped, which is a robot girl that really bad things happen to her. Then we have Aileen, which is not the pink-haired girl, it's the other one, from Qualia, which we didn't see much from her in the game, but I think the world where she is, it's actually kind of interesting. And then we have Kora from Scolios. Fun fact, her name, Auri, means golden girl in Romanian. That's really neat. Thank you for telling me. It's good to have a Romanian expert by fact that it's Romanian in here. Thank you so much. I have never guessed that. And that explains why she's golden. Oh, wait, the golden radio, it's called something like that, right? Like Auriel. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Interesting. Thank you for telling me that. I will never forget that. And we have Cora from Scolios. So all of these games I like, some more than others. I think all of these girls have gone through different levels of pain and suffering, all psychological, sometimes physical. And the winner is Auri from I forgot what I was about to say. So the winner is Auri. What's the full name? I forgot. I just want to call it Auri. Auriela from Idolatry. Why? Because it's a short game. It was a demo version of the game, obviously. I really like this illustration, by the way. It's great. It portrays like a very humane fear. And even though we spent little time with this character because it's just a demo so far, the amount of suffering she goes through, the spookiness, it's off the charts. And I cannot wait to see the full game or whatever comes from this. I just need more of this. And again, what I like about this story, it's not completely supernatural, right? It's just a bunch of kids going into an abandoned place, and yeah, weird stuff starts to happen and everything, right? But it's something that could happen to you, right? If you decide to explore an abandoned place and you're with your friends, it's not unlike unheard of that a friend dies, not because of supernatural causes, right? And you get to see that, and it's very traumatizing, especially when it's super spooky like that. So it's very root, the fear and the suffering this girl goes through, it's root on reality, and I think that gives her a lot of points. Then we have Stream of the Year, which is, as you can guess it, a stream I made during this year. I based this mostly on the ones that got the most views, which is the 3rd anniversary gacha stream that happened like a month ago, like 2 months ago. The Blue Archive, the first Blue Archive stream I did. The watch along for the Summer Game Fest, which you cannot watch anymore because it has been copyrighted and taken down by YouTube. I don't know why. I read the rules of the Summer Game Fest and I was allowed to co-stream it. But for some reason it got blocked and I don't want to touch that, so yeah. But again, I read the rules. It says you can co-stream it. It says you can share the stream. But for some reason, other people's streams are up. Mine got copyrighted. I don't know why. I don't really care. That's one of the reasons I don't know if I'm gonna do a Game Awards stream tomorrow. And then we have the Blue Archive gacha stream for Nozomi and Hikari with a great thumbnail, by the way. Let's see who's the winner. the Watch Along Summer Game Fest, because believe it or not, I actually enjoy doing watch along of these kind of events with you guys. I'm really thinking of just covering the first half of the Game Awards tomorrow, and then just leave for my previous appointment. But I don't know. I will decide tomorrow probably. It's kind of late too, so I don't know. But I really enjoy just watching things and talking over them. I will do more like quote unquote reactions to things, but it's also kind of cheap content, and I don't know if people would like that. Apparently, you guys love me playing indie games. I've been playing indie games lately, and the reception have been really, really nice. I think just people just see me as the indie game guy, as not as much as the streamer guy, but that's totally okay. So next one, it's fan art of the year, and last year I didn't do it. I don't really get that much fan art. There's like just two people that do fan art of me. So this year I decided to do it because I feel like people that make fan art of me deserve recognition because they are like the goats. And then we have, I don't know if Munimi's in here, but we have the Munimi fan art from Days Gone, which was done last year, but after the Game Awards. So it doesn't count for last year, it counts for this year. Shut up. Then we have the Snow Wife meme, but with Emoto, which is great, and it makes me laugh a lot. And then we have the Emoto is not human, which I think it's like the greatest one. It looks great. I love it. I look at it about like every day. I love it. It's amazing. And then we have this one, which it's not even fan art of me, but you have to admit it kind of looks like me. I know it's faker fan art, but I was losing my shit when I watched it because it kind of looks like me. So a little bit. And it was kind of funny. So anyway. I'm gonna give the fan art of the year to Munimi because it was really hard to choose because I didn't want it to make people feel bad when I choose the. So instead of choosing just what I like, I actually went and watched the fan arts one by one, and I took my time. And the amount of effort that went into this, it's absolutely insane. And I kind of feel guilty for people doing fan art about someone that is as trash as me. I don't think I deserve this such quality of fan art. It was really, and I look really cool, right? So I don't know if Munimi's in here. I don't think she's in here, but thank you for the fan art. I look at that one like almost every day too. I don't look at it too much because I would spend all day looking at it. So really, really cool. The composition, it's amazing. Not only the quality of the drawing and the colors, which is like really realistic, really nice, but the composition with the panel at the bottom and the text like blobs there. It's so good. It's so good. So thank you so much for wasting your time on doing fan art about me. I appreciate it. Not only to the winner, but to everyone, even that person that did the faker fan art that was not about me. Now we have, for some reason, this. Okay, it fixed itself. It was kind of cursed for a moment. Then we have the Hikidachi of the year, which I don't have enough fans. Only like 2 people watch my videos, but I still have to give an award to them, right? Like, to be honest, this one's kind of depressing to me because last year I had to choose between the same people, which is okay, right? I appreciate people that watch me for more than 1 year, but I was expecting to have more fans, so this was actually like a big competition, right? Like at least 4 of them, but no, I don't have 4 of them, right? So the first one is Kale Chips, which granted doesn't watch. I don't think it watches most of my videos, but it comes every now and then to keep me company on streams, and I appreciate that a lot. Then we have Munimi that it doesn't watch as much videos anymore, but it's always there to say hello. I really appreciate that. Then we have objectively the only not person that watches most of my videos, which is Shushu Terasu, right? Which is always sitting here by my side, maybe not looking at the screen, but it's here when I'm recording. So technically she's been part of every video and stream. And then we have Alts, which is arguably the person that has watched, I don't think all my content, but like most of it, and actually comments and it's on the chat and spends time on that server. And obviously we know who's gonna win. Why am I even making this an award? I don't know. So for the second year in a row, we have Alts, which has joined for 10 months, 11 months I think now, 10 months, as a member too, which is really important too. It uses the free super chats, it spends time on the Discord server. Look, I don't want to get emotional because this is parasocial, right? But I appreciate it a lot. Like, Stream aside, jokes aside, I appreciate the amount of time you invest into watching my videos, spending time on the Discord server and everything. I don't think I deserve anyone paying that much attention to what I do, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And probably if you weren't watching this channel by now, it would be dead because, you know, the viewers are the motivation to do this kind of thing. And having one consistent viewer actually means a lot to me to keep making content. So thank you, and congratulations for the second year in a row. Now you have to keep doing it to win it next year too. Actually, and I want to mention this, Munimi was really close to winning, but she didn't finish the Mori game. Like, I was saying, like, if she finished the Mori game, she's gonna win. Because making a game gives you a lot of points, right? But she didn't. So maybe she finishes the game next year. I don't know if she's still working on the game. I remember a couple of weeks ago, she uploaded, like, a screenshot or something. And it might have been a month ago. I think she's still working on the game. So if she makes the game next year, you're in danger, buddy. Anyway. Now we have the... What is this? I got a little bit distracted and emotional. This is the game I played of the year. So this is a game I played this year. And we have Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I haven't finished. I expected to finish it before these awards. But I didn't. We have like 2 streams left of Silent Hill 2 Remake. So far, it has been like the best remake experience I had. Maybe Dead Space it's good too, but as far as the Silent Hill fan goes, the game is great. I'm having a lot of fun. I was really scared for a moment during the second stream, but I think that had to do with my heart problems, not the game so much. But so far, it's been a really good game. And then we have Unicorn Overlord, which is arguably the game I spend most time playing. You guys, if you guys go to my Blue Sky, you can see my PlayStation recap of the year. I spend most of my time playing Unicorn Overlord, and to this day, it's the only game I have Platinum trophy on. Not because I went out of my way to get the trophies, but because I enjoyed the game so much I wanted to do everything in the game. And that was a really good experience. And my wife Unify, it's right there too, so it's really good. Then we have Like a Dragon Ishin, which I'm a big fan of Yakuza games. I don't really have time to play a lot of Yakuza games because they take so much time. There's so much to do in every game, and I don't have time for that, sadly. But it was a really fun game. It has one of my best thumbnails too. And then we have Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. That was a great game. Actually, I was about to put Audience Sphere in here, but I didn't want to put 2 games by the same people, right? So I put Final Fantasy VII, which I enjoy Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I'm still waiting for them to put Rebirth for free. I wasn't thinking about getting Rebirth because it was like $24 on Best Buy last time I checked, but I don't have $24, so I'm gonna have to wait for them to put it for free. I really want to play the next Final Fantasy VII Remake part, but again, I have to wait until it's free. But Crisis Core was a really fun game, you know? And it kind of completes the saga, so I know what's really cooking. It was really fun, nice gameplay, which is like action RPG, a lot of like side questing to do. The story was great, kind of ridiculous. The ending was amazing. So I think it was between Silent Hill 2 and Unicorn Overlord, but at the end of the day, it was Unicorn Overlord. Like, to be honest, when I played Audience Sphere, the remake, I played Audience Sphere before, right? So I was kind of expecting something. But with Unicorn Overlord, I had no expectations. You know, this is an original game, not like all the other ones were remakes. Actually, Crisis Core, Silent Hill, Yakuza Ishin was also a remake. This one was the only original IP, and I think doing original IPs in this time and age with this good amount of characters, like, yeah, the characters could be more deep and you could spend more time with them, hopefully, but no. But you have to admit it, the design of the characters and the entire game, it's really good. The fact that you move through the map and the fights actually happen in the map you're moving to, like, the game has a bunch of redeeming qualities. And yeah, it doesn't let you spend a lot of time with your wife, and the rapports don't really mean a lot. I feel like the character bonding, it's where they fail. But the combat, the story, and the mechanics, and like the world building, it's on point. And I really hope that some of these people manage to be kept together and they release Unicorn Overlord 2 or Werewolf Overlord, I don't know, like Other Thing Overlord, Unicorn Revenge, Electric Boogaloo, I don't know. I hope they release another one of these. It doesn't have to be a tactical RPG, it can be anything. I would swear to God, I would play anything by these developers because it's such a banger. But I hope they keep making these kind of games where you have a bunch of waifus and you can strategize and everything. I don't think I have that much fun with a game. I really regret that I stopped playing the game during October because I have to do the Halloween things. Because I really, like, after I waited a month, coming back to the game felt a little bit troublesome. But otherwise, a banger. I really recommend. Like, yeah, you see me play the game. If you have the chance to play it. Then we have Developer of the Year. This is Developer of the Year, right? Let me double check. Yeah, this is Indie Developer of the Year. Which, again, this is one of the most difficult choices that I have to make in these awards, because you don't have an idea how much indie games I play. Well, you have. You can go to the channel and see it. And each of those games comes from a developer, obviously. And I do, believe it or not, go into the developers' pages, try to find a social network, read about the projects they do, go and check the itch.io log if they have uploaded entries or something. I try to learn about the developers because it's important to write. Because again, I don't want to play games from developers that are bad people or that they are not interested in making games but just in the money, right? I want to play games and feature people that are worth it. And obviously you can never know for sure, but I try to at least have some nice people featured here, right? And we have Illustrations, which again, I didn't play a game by Illustrations this year. I played the Getting Santa's Pants series last year, but it was in December after the previous Game Awards, so it goes into this year. Then we have Daybloom Project, which I play Something Left and Huntsman, both very different games, both very good games. Then we have Bergmite, which only has 2 games, and I played both of those games, and they are Judy games, really good, really wholesome, which is Where's Juniper, and Good Morgan Eve, which really, really good game. I hope they make more games. I don't know if they're gonna make more games, but hopefully they do. And they were really fun. And then we have, obviously, it had to be featured in here, A.B. Dosso. I took this screenshot before the full version of Alice Slaughter's Wonderland was released, but I have played every single, except like for 1 or 2 games, that disappeared from A.B. Dosso. All of them good games. Some more than other, but all good games, right? And I don't remember correctly who won last year, but it was A.B. Dosso probably, or I don't know. But this year, look, you know it had to happen. You know, I have to give it to Illustrations because even though they didn't make a game this year, not so far, because there's a chance they release like Getting Santa's Pants 4 after the Moriko Media Awards, yeah, that thing. But then again, that game will be counting next year, not this year. And I play 4 games, these 4 games almost in a row. I love when people make Pico 8 games. Like, I cannot explain it, but Pico 8 has such charm. And the pixel art, it's amazing. The characters are cute. It's lewd, but in a classy way, but it also has like funny bits. And when I played Getting Santa's Pants 3, I wasn't sure I was gonna like the change on art, right? From the pixel art to the more traditional like Illustrations style from the comics and other stuff. Because I was not familiar with the developer, which is also an artist that you can follow on Blue Sky. Well, I follow it on Blue Sky. And it has like this more traditional like art, which is also great, but I was not aware that the developer was also an artist until I played this game and I went into Blue Sky and I found it and I was like familiarized now with the art, which is also an incredible artist, right? But this is not about artists, this is about indie developers, right? And I played the 4 games, I enjoy the 4 games. The third one, it's like such a complete game that it's really, really fun to play because it still has the humor, it still has the lewdness. It has really really good character design. It shows that it's an artist because it has really good character design. So yeah, it had to win. It had to win. Then we have Indie Game of the Year, which is arguably the biggest award I can give. Why? Because I play indie games. Not for a living, but I play. Most of what I do is play indie games. I would say I consider myself a sort of expert in indie games at this point. I've been doing this for 5 years. I think that's enough to be called an expert, right? A little bit. I play indie games. I know how they work. I also know how developing works, how doing things work. I know engines. I know everything, right? I know the art part. I know the... Maybe I'm not good at doing it, but I understand it and I can like criticize it or like understand it fully. So I will call myself an expert on indie games this time around. So the nominations are Grotesque because I've been waiting for a horror anthology sequel to the Grotesque and the Pixelist, and it finally happened. We have Get on Santa's Pants 3 Nickerless for Saint Nicholas. Again, really, really nice game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I love Krampus. I was gonna say a different word, but I love Krampus. I actually love all the characters. They're pretty attractive, okay? The developer artist knows what it's doing with the character. Look at the bedroom eyes. It's great. Then we have Idolatry, the demo version, because there's no full version so far. And then we have Scolios. And if you've been watching this channel this year, and you go back, I mean, if you go back to my Scolios video, there's something I mentioned in that video that you should know. All the way back January, February, I think I played Scolios in February, I think. When I was playing it, I told you, this might be Game of the Year. Like, I know it's too early to say it, but this might be Game of the Year. I told you all the way back then. Because when I was playing the game, I was absolutely amazed. I have played good RPG Maker horror games. I have played excellent RPG Maker horror games. You know, and there's games that we have in a gold standard, which is like The Witch's House and Misao, Mad Father, the Crookman, the Sandman, those kind of games. You know, all the men games. That it's like this RPG Maker golden standard things. And you know what? I think Scolios not only deserves to be with those games. Like, I don't know why, it's probably because it's not made by a Japanese person, I don't know. But Scolios, I think it's not only as good as those games, but even better in some aspects. I think like Scolios should be widely renowned. I think everyone should be playing Scolios. It's a great experience. It's really scary. It feels like a classic RPG Maker game. It's serious. You know, it's not full of jokes like some of those RPG Maker games. Like, okay, you can put jokes in your game if you want to, but if you want to be taken seriously, it has to be like more of a serious game. I'm not throwing shade at anyone. I'm just saying that I enjoy games that take themselves seriously. It's very scary. It's very traumatic. Like the story, not that it traumatizes you. It's a very long game, very complete. Like every part of the game feels carefully crafted. There is not a dull moment that's happening in the game. Like, honestly, I would recommend everyone to play Scolios. And I mentioned that you should go watch my Scolios video, and you will see that I mentioned that that's gonna be Game of the Year, because of course, Scolios, it's Indie Game of the Year. And you know what? Again, no shade to the other nominees. You know, I think, again, Santa's Pants, I love that game. It made me laugh so much. It got a little bit frustrating because I got stuck in a certain part, but it was really funny. I love that one. You know, I love Avidoso games. Grotesqueres, again, a bunch of little horror games. Anthology, I love it. All of them are good, but I just think Scolios, it's on a different level. Like, and again, just because this game is excellent doesn't make the other games bad. I think this one is just... Sometimes when I play a game, or when you play a game, maybe too, it happens to you guys too, you can feel like you're going into the brain or the soul of someone, right? And actually, like, they are so good at portraying what they have in mind that you actually get to experience it fully. And not just, I got the idea that this is what the game wants me to feel. No, you know it because you're feeling it in your soul. Like, that's the kind of thing Scolios, like, for an RPG Maker game, it actually was really scary. But like scary aside, it was such an experience that I wish I could like forget it and just replay it again. It was so good. And I'm not even gonna ask for Scholars 2 or something like that, because this is something that obviously cannot be recreated. And we have the last award of the year, which is Game of the Year, not indie game, just Game of the Year. And this is a funny case because these all four are games that were released this year. And these are the nominations for the Game of the Year at the Game Awards, I do believe. So, this is gonna be more of a prediction of who I think it's gonna win the Game Awards Game of the Year and who I think should win. I haven't played any of these games, but I have knowledge of them. I know Expedition 30 is widely regarded as like an incredible game. When I get a chance to play it, when it becomes free, I will do it. I know the developers of Final Fantasy believe Expedition 33 it's like the new way RPG games should be, and that's high praise for such a game that was made by like a little team of people. It's almost an indie game. So I think that's very amazing. We have Final Fantasy F, which I haven't played, but I've been playing Silent Hill. I'd say Final Fantasy F, Silent Hill F, but I've been playing Silent Hill 2, which is like I do believe by the same team of people. And if Silent Hill 2 is this good, I do believe they can do a good job with Silent Hill F. Again, I will play Silent Hill F when I can get it for cheap or it's for free. But I really like that there's a Japanese girl in the game that gives it points. I haven't played Ghost of Yotei, but I played Ghost of Tsushima, and I do believe Ghost of Tsushima it's like in my top 10 of the best games of all time. No joke, that game was incredible. I know people don't like Ghost of Yotei because it's a woman, and I feel like I have seen the voice actors for the main character, and I have seen other people that are involved with the project, and I feel like they might try to inject a little bit of their politics, quote unquote, into the game. But I also believe that the team behind Ghost of Yotei know what they want to do with the game. And look, if they make Ghost of Tsushima what it was, I believe Ghost of Yotei can be such a good game too. And I'm gonna have faith in them. I'm not gonna judge a game I haven't played just because there's like weird people in it. So, and then we have Death Stranding 2 on the beach, which I know it's not gonna win any awards, the Game Awards probably, because it's a weird game. It's a Kojima game. Not everyone likes Death Stranding. They call it like, walking simulator. When the game came out, people were like, this looks amazing. There's a little stop motion character that moves in stop motion when everyone else moves normally, which is really fucked up, right? And Death Stranding 1 was the same. When it released, everyone was like, what a cool game. And then no one played because it was walking. And let me tell you one thing. Death Stranding 1, it's one of the games I enjoy the most. I actually was playing Death Stranding 1 when I started this YouTube channel. I couldn't stream it because number one, I didn't stream back then. And number two, I didn't have my capture card, so I couldn't stream PlayStation games on the channel. I wish I had streamed that game because I spent countless hours in it. You can just spend a lot of time walking, fighting enemies, completing all the side questing. And I guess for some people that don't really understand the fun of it, it doesn't have to be fun for everyone, right? But for some people that don't understand the fun of Death Stranding, I think it's a really boring game, and that's why it's never gonna be like a super regarded game. But for those who understand and enjoy the kind of things Death Stranding is about, the one was really good, and I'm willing to trust Kojima-san on Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Again, I haven't played, maybe it suck ass, I don't know. When I get a copy, I want to get a physical copy of all of these games. I don't know if you can with Expedition 33, but I want to get a physical copy of all of these games because I have a physical copy of Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima. And I want to get a physical copy of Silent Hill 2, but again, expensive money, me doesn't have any of that. So the one I think it's gonna win it all, gonna be the best game of the year, it's Expedition 33, because even if it's the one I'm less excited about, it's the one I heard most good things. And not like fake praising, but I have just seen people having so much fun with it. And I don't think it looks that great. I don't think it looks that entertaining to me. But if people give it so high of a praise, and it's people I trust on, I don't really trust on a bunch of opinions from people online. I don't follow influencers or anything like that, but I have seen people that often have like correct opinions like this one. not in a PR fashion way, like, oh, this game is really good because this of this. It's just, it shows that they enjoy the game. And even though I wish Silent Hill F would win so we get more Silent Hill, and even though I wish Death Stranding would win so we get more Death Stranding or more Kojima games, I think just by the fact that it was made by a smaller team and it was this widely regarded, I think Expedition 30, because I always support indie developers, so I wish this one actually wins the Game Awards, and it's gonna, at the very least, win the Moriko Media Awards 2025. So that will be all for today. For the Moriko Media Awards 2025, this is all for this year. So as you can see, a bunch of awards this year went to things not because they were good, but because everything was really, really bad. Everything else was really, really bad. And again, I failed on watching media this year. I didn't read any new manga. I didn't watch a lot of new movies. I didn't play a lot of games except for the ones I play for the channel. Didn't watch a lot of anime. I didn't put like best live action series because I didn't watch any series this year. And just like I said last year, I hope that we can do this next year too. Again, I have a lot of fun doing this, preparing the nominees and choosing the winner, making a little script so I can have a conversation with you guys while I talk about this. It's really fun, and it's a good wrap up of the year, right? Of course, we still have the normal Game Awards stream, which is I'm gonna see if I do it. We still have the Christmas stream and the New Year stream, which we can go in depth on the New Year stream about what happened on this year. But just on the channel, I know I didn't reach my subscriber goal, wasn't even close. I'm about to hit 900, which I'm happy about, but I was expecting at least 1,000 by this point. I didn't get new members, but I appreciate the members I have. I didn't play as much indie games as I wanted to. I'm picking up indie games on October and December, but if you go back, you can see most of the year I was just streaming, and obviously that didn't work for the channel. Because again, just like 1 or 2 people watch my streams, usually 1 person watches my streams, and it's not a lot of view time, it's not a lot of views, and the channel is kind of going down. And even though I don't care as much for like metrics and numbers and stuff like that, if I want to keep this channel going, I have to kind of care a little bit about the numbers, right? And I think next year I'm probably gonna focus more on indie games, and I'm gonna stream less often, which is sad because it's the only way I get to have conversations with people. But I'm gonna have to be playing more indie games because apparently that's what the people subscribe to me want, and maybe that's gonna bring more subscribers, right? So I will try to find new ways to stream, maybe not just playing a PlayStation game. I'm still gonna pick at least 1 game per month because, again, I need to play games. I like playing games, and the only way I have time to play games is when I stream them, because I can use it as an excuse. Because I'm not just playing a game, I'm streaming and I'm doing something, right? So I'm gonna try to do different things next year so we can have different awards. Different, like, award for this kind of video. I'm gonna do the Hikidachi award again. If people make fan art of me next year, I will do fan art. If I don't control that, so if there's no fan art, there's not gonna be fan art award. So that aside, I think this was not a good year for me watching stuff. There was not a lot of quality things to watch, and in the games department specifically, I think I lacked the money to be trying new games. I wanted to try that game app that was like you make a 3D avatar and you are in a room and everything, but I didn't have money to try it. So maybe if I get it next year, it's gonna be on the Game Awards next year. So once again, thank you guys for watching. If you like me doing the Moriko Media Awards, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment. Again, leaving comments really boosts the visibility of the channel, so that means a lot. Hopefully I will see you guys next year, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow with the Game Awards stream. Again, I don't know, but I for sure will see you next week with more Silent Hill and more indie games. Once again, thank you for being with me this year, and I hope to see you next year too. I'll see you later.